Are you passionate and driven, but you are stuck because you have so many passions, so many different interests, and all of this totally confuses you because the amount of choice is overwhelming? In this video, INFJ Careers and Majors, I'm going to share with you 4 actions that you can take today to choose a career that you will love. So research has repeatedly found that despite our idealization of choice, people actually dislike too much choice. And we find that when we are overwhelmed with having so many different options and different choices, it often paralyzes the majority of us and we literally choose none. Or some people tend to get stuck in paralysis analysis mode, whilst for others, on the other hand, to them, making a choice means that they get to close all the other doors and remove all the other options. If they go through one door, then all the other doors automatically close, which is not necessarily true. So with so many potential paths, how do we pick and pursue just one fulfilling and enjoyable career? I hear you ask. So make sure you stay tuned right to the end of this video to find out exactly how you can choose a career that combines all your interests, your passions, so that you don't have to choose just one niche, one topic, one area, and one expertise. Hey ladies, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamiso Miranda and this channel is all things INFJ careers and INFJ entrepreneurship. So if you'd like to find ways how you can combine your passions and your interests into a fulfilling and satisfying career, do consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this, and be sure to hit the bell notification next to it so that you'll be notified when I upload my next videos. Let's dive in. So the first action that I would like you to take is the action of elimination. We have to eliminate that which you don't want. So asking yourself, what do I want from my life? I feel that it is a very scary and anxiety causing question because it's such a big question, such a broad question, and it sounds so scary and so formal. So I find that a better question that you can ask yourself is, what do I definitely not want in my life? So in the description below, I have created a worksheet with all the questions that I recommend you ask yourself, and you really take the time out to soul search and think about it. So don't forget to go ahead and download it. The link is down in the description. So on that worksheet, I want you to list out all the things that you don't want with your life and imagine the worst possible scenario that you want to avoid by all means in your life. So once you have identified exactly that which you do not want, then it is easier for you to be able to cross them off. And I find this exercise to be very satisfying and effective because once you literally list out in detail exactly that which you don't want. So for example, you could say you don't want to live in your parents' house for the rest of your life. You don't want to be dependent on anyone for the rest of your life. You don't want to have to work a job that you absolutely hate. So these are just some examples of things that are personal to you that you could write down, whatever situation and scenario that you don't want for yourself, so that you can make it as tangible, as real as possible. So by identifying that which you don't want, this is going to motivate you and help you to be able to plan and put things in place to help you get to where you actually want to be. Then also in the worksheet in the description below, the next question would be, if I don't do this in my 20s or my 30s, I am going to regret this. So answer this question with all the activities that you absolutely cannot live without. And of course, people have completely different interests. Maybe you are into beauty, hair, skincare, makeup, but you also like horse riding, or you like quad bikes, or you like fishing, whatever the case may be. List out all the activities that you absolutely love doing and you cannot live without. Now, once you have completed the list, you have to look into your daily life, figure out exactly what it is that you're actually doing. And if you are doing things that are not on your list of things that you cannot live without, then you have to stop, because time is running out. You have to make the things that you enjoy and you want to do, you have to make them your life's priority. You have to find time for you to do these activities that you have identified. You have to put them into your daily life, your weekly activities, your monthly activity, whatever the case may be, but you have to find ways to incorporate them into your life. And you also find on the worksheet that there is another question where you can write down your lukewarm passions. So things that you like to do, but if they're not available or if you don't have time for them, it's not really a big issue for you. But there are things that you have an interest in, it's just that they are not your main focus, but you still enjoy doing them. The second action that you need to take in order for you to rectify your too many passions problem is dealing and coping and managing failure. So if you are somebody that has watched a few of my videos, you know that I believe that fail is the master teacher. I know you're probably thinking, really? Failure? What can failure teach me apart from the awful emotions that all of us feel when we have failed at something? So in my opinion, when you fail, you are presented with an opportunity for you to analyze and dissect the failure. You get to find out what went wrong. You get to find out why did what go wrong, and what contributed to that situation. So you get to look at your skill set. Are there skills that you are lacking, maybe that you need to improve on, that you need to brush up on? Or are there skills that you have to take an online course for, or maybe you need to go back to university to gain some new qualifications? You get to really sit with yourself and find a way going forward based on what has already happened. A closed door is not the end of the world. In some situation, failures are life's way of redirecting us to the path that we are supposed to be on. And failure helps us to eliminate some of the options that we feel are available to us. By failing, you now know that, okay, at this present moment, I am unable to do this thing because I lack the qualifications, or I lack the experience, or whatever the case may be, so that you can move on to try the next thing. Failure also allows you to strip away all the inessential things, because it allows you to reach success quicker. So I often say, if I'm going to fail at something, let me fail fast. The faster you fail, you know you have already eliminated a few things, and once you get back up again, you are on track to achieving success, because you know, I've already failed at this, I've already failed at that, I've already failed at this. So you have already eliminated 3 options that were maybe perhaps on your list of things that you wanted to try, things that you were interested in. So you now know that those things are not working for you. So you get to figure out, okay, what can I try next? What can I do instead? Where can I pivot and turn to from there? So the quicker you go through the whole failure experience, the quicker you can reach success, because failure is inevitable. Failure is a sad part of life, and failure happens to all of us. So if you haven't failed yet, don't worry, you are going to fail at something. As long as you keep putting yourself out there, as long as you keep trying different things, surely you are going to, someday you are going to bump into something that is not going to meet your expectations, something is not going to go your way, and it's okay. Once we accept that failure is a part of life and failure does happen, it can it puts us in a position to be more proactive, so that when you do fail, you can analyze the failure, as I've said, and figure out what went wrong and what went right, so that you can take what went right with you on your next journey as you embark towards trying the next thing that you have to try out on your list. So if you are currently in a career that you don't like, or you're not sure about, or you know that this is not your life's purpose, or you're in a career that you absolutely love, you have an opportunity to list out all the activities that you have to perform on a daily, weekly, monthly. Identify the ones that you really like, and also identify the ones that you absolutely dread. Maybe you're not so good at them, the ones that make you anxious, the ones that you can't do at ease, the ones that really stress you out before you can complete them, and compare these activities to your I will regret it list, to make sure that these activities are things that you actually want to be doing. So you have to create yourself a career that allows you to do the activities and things that you cannot live without. So if you're in your day job now, if you are doing things that are not on your list that you created earlier, stating all the activities that you cannot live without, then this lets you know that you may not be where you want to be yet. And this allows you to be able to make a plan going forward on how you can incorporate these activities into your current job, or if you need to pivot, it will give you a sense of direction in the way that you should pivot in order for you to create something that will incorporate all the things that you have listed in your things I cannot live without worksheet. Now, before I dive into the next action that I have for you today, I'd like you to quickly go down in the comments below and let me know what your biggest takeaway is from this video. I would love to hear from you. Now, so the third action that you must take in order for you to find and create a more fulfilling and satisfying career is to integrate. So as I've briefly mentioned, some of the world's most creative people have integrated their different talents, interests, and passions to create themselves a career that they thrive in and they absolutely love doing. So for example, we have Marie Forleo. She is a life coach. She is a motivational speaker, an author, a web television host, and a former dancer. And she too, in her book, admits that she was once overwhelmed with choices of what to do, but she found a way to incorporate all her different interests, her interests of writing, her interests of dancing, her interests of hosting, and all those different things. She created herself a career purely based on the things that genuinely, intrinsically interested her. And I know that as INFJs, it is difficult for us to do something that does not meet our standard of morals and our beliefs. So just imagine creating yourself a career that meets your morals, your standards, and you really resonate with the mission of what it is that you're trying to do. You are going to be so happy and you are going to thrive in that career because you're doing things that are best suited to your personality type. I know many millennial women out there know that you are smart, you are driven, you are hardworking, but you are struggling to find out where you fit in the world. This has been true for myself, and I know it's true for lots of you out there as well. And for me personally, choosing just one thing, like, that sounds so boring because I am interested in so many different things. And by finding a way to integrate all your passions and your skills and your knowledge, this gives you an opportunity to not be bored, because maybe on certain days you can work on certain things. So for example, with this YouTube channel, I have to script. So scripting is me using my INFJ writing skills. I get to think and daydream and imagine what type of video do I want to create, what people want to see, and I have to write out a script. I have to do the research, which I absolutely love. I love learning different things. I have to read different books, listen to different podcasts for inspiration, and my INFJ self absolutely enjoys that. Then I have to move on to the creative part, which is actually filming the video and getting ready to film the video. So for me, I have to do my makeup, I have to do my hair, I have to look for my clothes. I am a girly girl, so I completely love hair and makeup, and it just makes me so happy to have to put my makeup on, choose what I'm going to wear, although I do just have a black and white color palette because of my branding. And then I have to creatively film the video. So I have to figure out my mic, my sound, my lighting, and all that good stuff. Then we have post-production, the editing. So I'm doing some color grading, making sure the sound is okay, and then we have to do the graphics for the thumbnails. And being a content creator here on YouTube has so many different little parts that I find so interesting, and it absolutely fascinates me because I'm constantly having to learn new skills, whether it's makeup skills, video editing skills, lighting skills, scripting, writing, and marketing, where I get to push out my videos and do the SEO and all of that. It keeps me so interested because I have integrated a lot of the skills that I naturally have because I am a millennial woman. I have grown up with the internet and social media. So a large portion of my time, I do spend that online, either on YouTube or on Instagram or all the different other platforms out there. So by integrating that into my life, I am doing something that is so specific to me and is meeting my needs, and I get to share with people and help people out there. People just like me, women just like me that have once felt lost. And when I was going through this, there was no one to help me out online. This wasn't a thing. So fast forward to a time like now where more people are coming out to share their experiences. This makes it easier for the next millennial woman that is trying to find her way. And it gives me so much joy internally to be able to give back. If I can help just one person, that is my mission. I will be fulfilled. If I can just help one person to make sense of this and to create the dream life that they have dreamt about their whole life in their head, like, I would be absolutely made. That is my purpose, to help as many millennial women to reach their potential. And so the fourth action that I have for you today is that you must start doing. I know that as INFJs, we like to sit in our heads and think and think and think and think and think and plan and plan and plan, which is all absolutely fantastic and it is necessary to a point, but they do come in time. It does come to a point where you must take all this planning, all this goal setting and put it into action, because let me tell you something here. You are only going to gain clarity by doing, not by thinking, not by planning, not by goal setting. Let me tell you, one thing that I learned early on is that you cannot think your way into what you should do with your life. So fast forward to when I was preparing to go to university, or in America, you guys call it college. When I was getting ready to go to college, I was looking at my subjects. I'm like, okay, what do I like doing? What am I going to study? What am I interested in? At that point in my life, I was 100% adamant that I wanted to study international tourism management. I had done all the research. I had done all the planning. I had done all the things. So I applied, I got into the university I wanted to attend, and a year into the course, I suddenly realized that I actually do not enjoy the tourism modules and the units. Before I applied, before I went on this journey, no one could have told me or convinced me otherwise. I was set in stone that I want to study international tourism management. However, after the first year, I sat down with myself and came to the realization that I do not enjoy these units. However, the business related units I was effortlessly thriving in, and I enjoyed that so much more. So I met with my career counselors within the university, and they decided that they gave me a choice where I could pivot and focus more onto the business units that I was absolutely thriving at. So this was finance, marketing, digital marketing, e-commerce, ICT, all these ones I was doing so well, and I enjoyed that so much more than the tourism that I wanted to initially study. So they allowed me to change my course to tourism management with business, and that was absolutely amazing for me. And it's something that I would never have figured out if I hadn't gone ahead and enrolled in the international tourism course. That's why I say you have to do. Leave the thinking, leave the planning. Yes, you have planned whatever you have planned. Go ahead and do it. Just start. In that process, in that journey, you are going to discover things about yourself that maybe you weren't aware of before, or you didn't know. So by experiencing that thing that you think you want to do, it's going to open up more doors for you. It's going to open your eyes to so much more that is out there. So if you've watched the video to this point, please go ahead and hit the like button. It does help to push the video out further to more people. And don't forget to subscribe and download your free worksheet on what to do if you still don't know what you want to be when you grow up, down in the description below. Now go and watch this video next for more on all things INFJ careers and INFJ entrepreneurship, and I'll see you in my next one as we continue our journey towards a more wholesome, healthier, and more meaningful lifestyle.